I became involved with Layman Lessons several years ago. Louis Johnson is a friend of mine, and we went to high school together. And I became involved after Louis and we had a very dear friend's father pass away, and we were at the funeral. And Louis told me what he was doing these days, and I asked Louis, is there anything I could do to help him? That I'd just become retired. And Louis told me about Layman Lessons and what they were doing for folks. And he said there was something that I could help him with. So I began helping him with clothing and food. And a friend of mine has a group of folks that get together every year, and they support groups like Louis. And they made a monetary donation to help Louis. And one of the things that I sort of led me to do was to help veterans that were involved with the program. Being a veteran of Vietnam, there are quite a people on the street. I had no idea how many veterans there were out there that needed help and didn't know that there was help available. So as we progressed and Louis had these veterans asking for help, what he would do was involve me to see if, in fact, number one, if they were a veteran, and if they were what they said they were, and if they were, then I could help them. And so I did. And one of the first things he would do is when a veteran would contact him and need some help, housing or whatever, I would take a look at their DD-214, which is a discharge that you get when you are out of the military, and look at their service record to see if there's anything I could do to help them. In many cases, they were veterans that were due some compensation. So I would tell them what they needed to do with the Veterans Administration to get help, medical help, care, or even some service-connected disability monies. And in a couple of cases, got them 100% disability. And they've been roaming the streets of Nashville, roaming the streets of different cities that go from town to town. And we even found a mutual friend that was a basketball player that went to school with Louis and I. He was all-city in Nashville. As a matter of fact, he was the most valuable player in the city of Nashville in 1965. Was all-state and honorable mention All-American on the streets of Nashville, penniless. And we helped him. As a matter of fact, we got him 100% disability through the Veterans Administration. Found he had cancer, terminal cancer, and he's still being helped today by the government. And we found some frauds that people that they were not at all what they said they were. And we did what we could for them, but they weren't entitled as they thought they were or as they told Louis. And of course, Louis had so many to take care of. I was able to take that part off of him and investigate it in his behalf for Layman Lessons to see if those people were, in fact, could get any help. And we did get a medical help. A veteran is due medical aid, even though they never served out of the country or never served overseas or never fought in a war. The VA will still take care of them a certain amount. If they're a pauper and they're out there on the street, then you see them out there sick, and when it's 100 degrees or if it's 0 degrees, they're out there fending for themselves for food. And Layman's Lessons was feeding these people, putting clothes on their back, and whatever donated clothing or whatever it might be, food, it was going directly to those people. And I was able to take just a little part off of Layman Lessons and contribute as much as I could. I've thoroughly enjoyed it as a person to see what Layman Lessons does for individuals that have no place to go, they have no idea where to go, and nobody to tell them. And my little part with the veterans has grown, and I am so happy that that is out there for me to do to help Layman Lessons in that part of the ministries.